So, hello everyone. We are going to configure remote repository. For remote repository, we have to install two Redhat machines. One Redhat machine acts as a remote server for other client system Linux. To install any packages, we have to configure this server as a remote local server. So we have to mount ISO image in this Redhat machine. For we have to connect your ISO. There is a ISO and we have to connect. After connection, we have to create a directory where we mount our ISO image. I created ISO directory. Then we have to mount using mount command and the ISO file in this directory and mount in ISO location. After mount, we have to configure repository. Repository in etc directory yum.repos.d. I have to mention local.repo. First of all, we have to create local repository for the server and we have to add few lines. I have mentioned these few lines here. You have to mention exactly same this and then paste into your server. There is a space in the beginning of the line. We have to remove this space. So press I and remove one by one. I have to remove this space. If you don't remove this space, they are going to show error whenever you install any packages. So after remove, save this file and then mention subscription manager and then clean because I want to install software in local. After this step, we have to configure remote repository for client. For remote repository, I have to install Apache server role. This is the Apache server role we have to install. This package is going to install using yum install httpd. Then we have to allow HTTP service in firewall. I'm using firewall command line. I want to permanent. I want to add this service permanent. Then we have to add services. Services name is HTTP. Enter. Then reload your firewall. After any change I want to reload, then we have to run system ctl start Apache server. Apache server is your HTTPD services. After this step, we have to create a directory in Apache server file where we have to also mount ISO file for your other client machine to act this server as a remote repository for other client machine. Wait for this step, then we have to create a directory. For creating a directory, use mkdir. We have to create directory in this location where you have to mention any name of the directory if you want. I mention a Redhat because I already configured the configuration file and mount this ISO in this location SR0 in var www.html Redhat location. After mount, we have to configure remote repository for in this machine. So I have to mention the IP of the my system. My system IP, I have to run ifconfig command to check my system IP. My system IP is 192.168.1.100. So I have to configure the remote repository for this IP. So we have to copy this file. Mention here your server IP. There is 2.100. I have to edit this IP. Copy. Go to your client machine here is my client machine. I have to configure as a this server as a remote repository. So we have to mention IP. So I'm going to win, open the etc yum.repos and create local repo, enter, paste here, and the first of change your IP. Here is IP is 1.100. Press I, change the IP 1.100. Here also we have to change the IP 1.100. And then we have to remove the leading spaces because leading space is not valid. If you don't remove the space, then it's going to error. So we have to remove this space also. Okay? And this space. And just save the configuration file. After save, run this command. Subscription manager free. Then enter. Then you have to using an install to check your repository is working or not. For check, I have to also check the IP of my system. This IP is not my same network. So change the network IP. I'm going to use NMCLI for mode. I'm going to use ENS, my network adapter name ENS 192.192 and for change IPv4 dot address. I'm going to mention IP 192.168.2.10/24. Then we have to use method manual because I want to configure manual. And then we have to down and up your network adapter. So we have to down then enable down and then up your network adapter to successfully change your IP. Up. Then check your command. I have config to check your IP and then we have to check your IP is 2.10. I have sorry, I have to mention here is 1.10. I have mentioned wrong. I have to mention 1.10. Then further we have to down and then up. So I have config. Now we have to check. Access IP. I have to in the same network. Then ping to our server 1.100. The reply is coming. So now we have to install any packages. Like I have to install DSCP. So we have to mention DSCP server to check your remote repository is working or not. That's it. Our remote repository is successfully working. So this is the my remote server and this is my remote client. For installing any service packages, I have to configure first of all a remote server. This is my remote repository and this is my client machine to access any packages. He has to contact this server. That's it.